thegearnetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
I'm rich, I'm wealthy, I'm JC Money.
Coming to you live from the Gear Network studios in Rochester, New York. This is the JC Money Show with your host, John Cimino, aka JC Money. And now, here's John.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of the JC Money Show right here on the JC Money Show YouTube page. This episode is part of a full week of coverage leading up to UPW's March Meltdown, happening tomorrow night at the Total Sports Experience in Gates. It's a huge moment for UPW. A brand new venue, a stacked card, and a lot of momentum behind the company right now. And today, I've got a guest who a lot of you know very well, but maybe not for all the reasons that you should. Fans today know him as Colonel Johnny Kayfabe, the longtime manager of Rhythm and Booze, and one of the most entertaining personalities you'll see around a UPW ring. He's also someone who's never been shy about making his presence known when the cameras are on. But what a lot of people might not realize is that behind the scenes, Mike Champion plays a major role in the organization as well. He's part of the leadership that helps keep this thing moving forward, and he was very instrumental in helping make the move to the Total Sports Experience happen. So today we're going to talk about all of that, the move to the new venue, the road to March Meltdown, what fans can expect this weekend, and maybe even a little bit of what goes into running the promotion from both sides of the curtain. Ladies and gentlemen, with that said, let's get right into it. Here is my interview with Colonel Johnny Kayfabe, Mike Champion. All right, everybody. Johnny Kayfabe is here. How are we doing?
Now hear this.
There you go. Now hear this. I hear it loud and clear in my ear, man. But Colonel, Mike Champion, my man. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Getting ready. Big show tomorrow. Big show. 6 p.m. Doors open 5:30 right here. Here I am.
See,
this is where the show's going to be.
See, you know what?
Right behind me.
I already have to give you your first correction there. You said 6 p.m. It's 6:05 p.m.
I always forget the 05.
Hey, real quick. So it's good you brought up March Meltdown. Let's talk about that a little bit. What should fans expect from the very first show at the Total Sports Experience?
Well, I believe the saying is it's a brand new era about to. Everybody's saying that.
Everybody's saying that.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a little bit of a refresh, not quite the reset button. Upstate Pro Wrestling has got a lot of momentum going. We had a lot of momentum coming out of Locked Up in November. We were one of the most talked about things going on in town. And then we had kind of change course.
We did, yes.
Which goes against the motto that management has had for a few years now, which is stay the course. So a change in course will take place at March Meltdown as we have a brand new setting, brand new vibes, brand new energy, brand new faces.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Lots of new faces that were announced, particularly for the Dusty Taker Battle Royal. But you threw out there changes. So the obvious one being
change it.
Right, going through changes.
Pay for that if I sing it?
I don't think so. I think once you start with the notes and the decibel level, as your decibel level goes up, I think their ears tune out. So I think we're A-okay.
I get that a lot.
But let's talk about though really quickly because you mentioned it, new era, yuck, but changes. The most obvious one being your background, where you are. It has been well documented over the course of the past several months, the journey involving the Marketplace Mall closure, and of course here, a lot of what hasn't been fully covered, I think, for at least our audience, is the in-between. And really, I gave up the boss on you already as being management, both on camera and behind the scenes. You were very, very instrumental in the transition from Marketplace Mall to the Total Sports Experience. Take us through a little bit of that, and really, if you have to get grim too, get grim. How close were we to extinction?
Well, let's start at Locked Up. Locked Up, great event. Didn't exactly end the way we planned. Some things went a little awry there, and we were still on a high, though. We had packed house. Everybody had a great time. And it was about 3 days after that, we got notice from Wilmerite, the owners of Marketplace Mall. So this puts us right around November 15th. Days after lockdown.
Right.
November 15th, the Wilmerite Corporation said any tenants that have interior only access to their spaces must vacate Marketplace Mall, which for those of you that follow along with Upstate, we had our own interior and exterior exits for years there. We were located down in the wing by Dick's. We had the subway. We call it the subway vibe.
The subway era.
The subway era, that's right. And we had just relocated out of there due to, let's say, mechanical issues.
Sure, yeah.
Mechanical issues.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
We brought to Wilmerite's attention, and their stance was a bit of, why don't we just shuffle you down here? Why don't we move you to this other end? Which eliminated our exterior exit.
Right.
So when we got the news on November 15th, 2025, if you don't have your own exterior exit, you got to go. We went, but we did.
Right.
We did. And there's no going back, they say.
So the option was never even considered or put on the table to move back to the subway car. It was off the table. They wanted everybody out, basically.
They wanted everybody out.
Jeez,
let's just be blunt about it. The progress is hard to change.
Sure.
We all see what's going on there.
All right.
What happens next?
So yeah,
I don't know. I can't speak to that. That would be pure speculation.
Oh, what for them? We're out of there. Who cares? But as far as what was next for us, Total Sports Experience, again, I'm in the game of giving up the boss and some things here for the bigger picture of clarity and entertainment, of course. Total Sports Experience was not our first stop, so to speak.
Total Sports Experience didn't become an option until the 11th hour.
So take us through that.
Sure. So myself and Hellcat, the owner of Upstate, were tasked with a decision to make. And is this it? Are we, as he would put it, are we destined to close? And it was about as close as you could get. When it's not hyperbole at all to say I kept Hellcat going. I was the beating heart of Upstate when there were times against his character that he wanted to just curl up in a ball and be done with it. That is not the Hellcat I know. That's not the guy I've spent 20 years with doing business. So I had to help him remember who you are, Simba.
Yeah. You mentioned that though. You sound very passionate when you talk about that.
Yeah, it was about as hairy as my face. Things got pretty tight there for a little bit. We don't exactly have the biggest budget to just go jump in somewhere.
Sure.
We have a set budget. We're a business like anywhere else. We make money, we spend money. We don't have a whole lot sitting around in the old nest egg. So we looked at, I'm going to say, and this is November into December, we're talking holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas shopping.
Right.
At that time too, my wife is pregnant.
Right.
And I'm house hunting. House hunting came to a very abrupt halt because I need to find a home for Upstate.
Right.
If I don't, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Period.
Right. So let me ask this.
Hellcat can echo that we spent days. I was taking time off of work. Days.
You were texting me throughout it and kind of keeping me like looped in on in real time as it was happening. That was, I mean, it's not a work. It was as serious as it could possibly get.
So those that are tuning in, hoping to hear what are the dirty details. The dirty details is we were that close, that close, and we made announcements. Hey, we've got something.
Right.
We've signed a lease, and I saw the place, and luckily we have great sponsors. And when I say sponsors that back us, I don't just mean they sign us a check and be done with it and, hey, call us again next year.
Right.
We have Soccer Sam, a multi-millionaire, a guy who is a Rochester icon.
100%.
He has built himself an empire here. And during the holidays, when he hears this news, he's texting us every morning. He's calling us. Thanksgiving, when you're supposed to be spending time with your family, he was sending us blueprints and mock-ups and drawings of ideas he had, saying, my pocketbook's open, boys. I'll be in town on this day. Have some spots lined up. And we were going through a lot.
So
we had to deal with different town codes,
right,
variances, permitting. We saw, I'm going to say, probably 30 spots.
So let me ask this. When did the idea of moving to the Total Sports Experience first start becoming real?
That's at the very end, man. I mean, like I said, when Soccer Sam came to town, we had a spot picked out, lined up, cleaned up. We were looking, I mean, they had fallen short on some things on their end. I don't want to get too specific on locations.
We don't need to worry about that.
Companies, but we took our sponsor, Sam, to visit, and his words were, I will give you $3,000 a month to not move here. And that's when it became a, oh shit moment.
Okay.
We were in trouble because we thought we had this set.
Right.
And this was, I'm talking December and mid-December, 18th, 19th, 20th.
Yes.
We have to be out of the mall December 27th. So we got about a week and we got nothing.
So how did we get here from there? Because I preface this by saying I already know the story, but it's fascinating to me because when you're talking about these dates and these timelines, that is an extremely tight window to uproot one business from one location to another location in the amount of time that we did, and still from a operational perspective, maybe not having the January show, but operationally,
decision was made.
We missed maybe a few classes in between. So how did that miracle come to be?
Well, we got hooked up with a commercial real estate agent, and we cried like literally almost in tears, crying to this guy. We need a Christmas miracle. And he's explaining to us, commercial real estate doesn't work like that. You don't it's not like buying houses, which is hard enough right now.
Sure. 100%.
This isn't a thing where you can just walk in and sign and be in a place and overnight. There's processes to this. There's lawyers that got to get involved. And I believe it was the real estate agent that spotted this first, because the old tenants were moving out. And I don't know how he found out they were moving out, but he got a hold of the owners of TSE, the Galenas, and they went, you work with Soccer Sam? We love Sam. Sam's pictures up all over the other side of this place.
Yes, it is.
About Total Sports Experience and Gates, this place is one of the biggest youth sports facilities on the East Coast, not just in New York, on the whole East Coast. 600,000 people a year visit this location.
It's a very big location.
There are so many things to do here. There's already basketball, pickleball, flag football leagues, baseball leagues, soccer. I mean, I could run it down, but Sam already had the relationship with this location. And this guy, he's gone above and beyond for us.
Saved our ass.
Does not need to be doing these things. He does not need to be spending his time worrying about Rochester professional wrestling, but he believes in Upstate so much that he did.
And he's always been an advocate too for it, because I can go back to early 2000, the old New Millennium Wrestling in, they were running on the Ukrainian club out there in Webster. Safe home to that. That's no longer in existence now, long gone.
We were sad when that went away.
I remember Soccer Sam being a guest ring announcer for that show and him having a great time. And that was New Millennium Wrestling. So, dude loves his wrestling, man. And he loves Rochester. And I appreciate that.
One of the things that I can share now that he said to myself and Hellcat when we were at one of the locations that just, it wasn't going to work. We couldn't get the lawyers to sign the papers in time. I mean, now we're talking, this is December 22nd. Mm-hmm. And we're going back and forth. We're moving in at the end of the week, bud.
Sure.
Truck's pulling up.
Yeah.
And Sam looked at us and he said, one of the hardest things that happened to Soccer Sam was losing my soccer team. And yes. I don't want you guys to lose Upstate.
I do remember his soccer team, and I remember that. I remember hearing he was, very, very disheartened by that. So
December 22nd was the first time that I'm working during all this too. I have a 40-hour-a-week job. I'm a tin knocker. Let's break kayfabe now. We all got jobs. I got to pay the bills.
We do.
So I'm welding, I'm swinging a hammer, and I'm trying to find us a home. And December 22nd, we came here. We walked around the space. We drew up the lease December 23rd. It had to be signed by December 24th at noon, because if you're working on Christmas, if you have to work on Christmas Eve, which I was, you want to be done by noon. The lawyers want to be done by noon. The real estate people, everybody wants to go off for the holidays. We were at like, this is happening now, or it's not happening at all.
Okay.
And Christmas magic happened.
It's insane. And I think the idea, here of presenting you not just as Colonel Johnny Kayfabe, but as Mike Champion of management behind the scenes too. This is very important, I think, to get out there so that, because there's always this perception, they could just set up shop anywhere. They could just do this. It's just wrestling, blah, 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 blah. But no, this is like, this is a real thing. This was a real dilemma. There was a real possibility that there may not be this here any longer. So he jumped in and he took and helped us out there, and we are eternally grateful for that. Let me ask you this.
Can you put up the little thing on the bottom and go, Salvatore?
Well, he's presented the Upstate update. I have, this is the JC Money Show, so I can't just assume he would be all on board with that too. But Salvatores.com. I eat there all the time anyway. So,
Can you see it? It's right up there.
No, well, I see Donuts Delight way back there. Oh,
they're great too.
Yeah, they are. They're really good. Hey, so really quickly, for the people who only know you as Colonel Johnny Kayfabe on screen, what does Mike Champion do behind the scenes in UPW?
Everything.
Like?
Everything. I'm setting up the music. I'm juggling production. I'm sponsors too is one of my biggest things. I help get the money to pay the bills for this place. And we've got a lot of great sponsors. McGinney's on the River, Suburban Propane, MJ Dispensary, Salvatore's, Donuts Delight, Fantuzzo Acupuncture. And we get new ones, which is crazy.
Yeah.
We have probably more sponsors than some lower level national places. I'm not saying we get the money generated, but the people that are stepping up, the businesses that believe in this. Local 46 Sheet Metal Union just came on board. That's huge. That's freaking huge. We have a union backing us. Something unions in wrestling tend not to get along.
Yeah. Ask Jesse Ventura.
Yet here we are.
For sure.
What's the other one? Renewal by Anderson.
Yeah.
We just got Renewal Anderson windows and doors. More people are paying attention to us than ever before. So I get out there as the forward face for this brand because this is my baby too. I've been here the entire 23 years. So
that's a great segue to my next question here, because you mentioned the visibility and all of that there. If someone, and the amount of people that come to Total Sports Experience, if someone has never been to a UPW show before, why is tomorrow the one they should come to?
Tomorrow, there's a lot going on in everybody's worlds. Let's just let tomorrow be an escape. Leave everything at the door. Immerse yourself in UPW and the culture and the fans and the performers. This is is a lot more intimate than a lot of your national companies.
Yes, it is. And I will say,
if you come to this show and you're looking to meet guys, you'll probably see us in passing going to the bathroom. And yes, we have our own bathrooms now. You don't have to go to the
with
food court anymore.
with working hot water.
We pay for those bathrooms.
I love it. Very good, very good. Hey, character question for you. Rhythm and Booze, you are obviously probably most known for managing those guys there. They were one of the most entertaining acts in UPW history, both Hall of Famers. What in your estimation made the pairing of Rhythm and Booze with the Colonel work so well?
It was natural. It's natural. We are best friends on and off the screen. Buddy Delmar and Frank the Tank were in my wedding. I was in their weddings. We hang out with our kids together. We broke up we were with each other through divorce. I introduced them to girlfriends. Here we are. Like, this is as real of a friendship and relationship. He owes me for that one, by the way.
Yes, he does.
House now.
Yes, he does.
Buddy Delmar is living on a beach.
It's probably
that's why you don't see him no more.
Yeah, right. That's a shout out to you, Buddy Delmar. Hey, really quickly, another character question. How much of Colonel Johnny Kayfabe is Mike Champion, and how much of Mike Champion is Colonel Johnny Kayfabe? I get asked this all the time. I spent a lot
of money in therapy, and they didn't figure out the answer, and I was sick of the copays. So until we get a definitive answer, one doesn't exist without the other.
All right.
When I went through divorce, broke me as a person. I reinvented myself a bit and brought the Colonel. Now I can't just take this off when I go home. I wear this all the time. So it's a bit of a release, let's say, to be able to let it out at shows.
From a management perspective.
Wait, are we going to alcohol here? No. People aren't going to tell me how much I've disappointed them.
No alcohol here. From a management perspective, though, back to centering around Total Sports Experience, March Meltdown happening tomorrow, 605, 880 Elmgrove Road and Gates. It's a little upstate update for you there. From a management perspective, though, and you can speak on behalf of all of management or just yourself. How important is this March Meltdown event for the future of UPW?
This is the first time we get to test the waters of the space of the venue. What can we hold? We knew what we can hold at the mall, and we kept packing it full. What can we do here when we open the doors and let everybody in? Not only that, March Meltdown will be the very first upstate live stream event on IWTV.
That's right.
Our events have posted there before. Never live. So we are this is live television now. There's no edit this out. There's no cutaway. This is it. You get one take, fellas and ladies.
100%.
The spotlight is on, and you cannot fail.
Right. Absolutely. And that should motivate people, to understand that, there's a lot of wrestling there's a lot of wrestling just nowadays. It's a great time to be a wrestler. It's a great time to be in wrestling. It's a phenomenal time to be a pro wrestling fan. That should motivate anybody, though, is knowing that you're live. People are watching, not just the ones in attendance. Show up and show out. So yeah, that's a very good message there. Talking to the, you being with UPW for all of 23 years here, out of curiosity, what's the one match or moment in UPW history that you think doesn't get talked about enough? There's been a lot of them, so I realize I just put you on the spot to go through the
business
Rolodex. As
usual behind Pineapple Jack's 2021 all-cage event was our first, not only our first show back from COVID, was our first show since losing Brody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, that was also incidentally my first show back with the company after a very long hiatus, and it was definitely memorable. It was memorable for me for that part, but I think being the first show post COVID is big in general. But let me actually and it's funny you mentioned that. I've talked about this too. I'm somebody that's big on energy and dare say symbolism, and when that show was announced, when Business as Usual was announced, the first match that was announced, post COVID, no show had run, first match announced was Cameron Akasha Black versus JC Money returning out of talk about pressure situation there. So to go back to the live thing and the pressure that we weren't live then, but that motivated me because that was my first match in several years. Coming back to UPW where I hadn't been for almost, for a decade and a half, in an entirely new audience that had to get to know who I was there. That I took that as a challenge, Do you see that type of fire in today's generation, today's students, where they're put in that spot now, upcoming on Saturday, tomorrow, they're going to be live on IWTV streaming worldwide. Do you see that?
They're going to have to bring it. They're going to have to bring it. This is where we find out who has what.
Sure.
There's other ways to word that, I'm sure, but
yes. We'll keep it tidy here for now.
Sure.
We'll save that for TJCMS After Dark, which will be probably never produced. I have no idea, but awesome.
As far as symbolism too, I would like to congratulate right here.
Oman Tortuga, yes.
Diablo Santiago, referee Darren, and yourself.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hall of Fame, not tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow. That's in
May 9th.
May 9th.
May 9th.
Yes, indeed.
Get your flowers.
Yes, I appreciate that. I'll speak on behalf of them as well. I know they appreciate that. When Darren had the announcement, he's very, very emotional. I thought y'all was ribbing me though. I can't even lie. I thought y'all were ribbing me.
Can we show that?
Here on this.
I mean, you wouldn't look the best.
Yeah. I looked great. Are you kidding me?
Here's his reaction.
I was rocking the blazer. I had all right. So I was getting ready to do what has become the JC Money Show here the night before an event, but I was doing that with Caden, and it's not uncommon for us in production to test the waters a little bit with the music, the theme music, do a quick run through simulation to just make sure the audio works and everything like that. That's what I thought they were doing. So I wasn't even really paying attention to what was being posted on the screen there. I was just looking at my phone, going through the questions like I was going through with you.
Oh, that's why we do the test, so no one can pay attention, right?
Right.
You should have been looking at the screen. Like,
I should have been looking at the screen. But then I look and I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm staring and I'm like, all right, where's the aha? Where's the rib? Where's the just razzing you, buddy? And then next thing you know, Caden comes out and he's like, did it show on the screen? I was like, yeah, what the hell was that? And he goes, dude, you're in the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, oh, really? And then, Hellcat comes by and he's like, what'd you show? What was that? And I interpreted that as he had no idea. So I was like, what? He didn't even realize this is his place. He didn't even realize. He's like, no, I realized. I just thought it was going to be done a different time. So no, that was really cool though. Definitely a landmark moment there. Champ, real quick. Let's see. One more question for you here. I think I actually already asked that, but give us the final hurrah for tomorrow, the final pump for the show. Sell the show.
March Meltdown, here we go. First show at the Total Sports Experience for Upstate Pro Wrestling. We got 7 big matches. Dom, Gotti, Kodiak. The last time they were together in a ring, they destroyed it. They broke right through the cage.
They broke through the new cage.
Moment of the year. We gotta end this thing now and just let them destroy each other.
Yeah.
We also got 2 other guys that want to destroy each other that have been friends their whole life. Tyler Prince, Meaty Mike Gagne, the Young Stallions implode.
Yes,
what's going to happen?
They did it. They did it after I had left. That's the wild thing too. Is I was doing a little interview with them.
They should have did it right in front of you.
I thought everything was great. Right?
Bunch of big tough guys. You want to be big tough guys? Fight each other in the ring. How
in the
about
ring.
That?
That's where it needs to be.
Talking about some more big tough guys. Matt Lawson and Wayne Westwood. The new American Strong Style is now like a free bird rule. It was crazy. They did this last year against Rhythm and Booze too.
Mm-hmm.
Free bird rule.
What are they doing? What are they doing tomorrow? Do you remember?
Wayne Westwood, Matt Lawson going for not only the Upstate Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles, the JC, the
NWA JCP South.
NWA JCP. I thought it was P. I didn't want to get it wrong.
Yeah.
The NWA JCP Southeast Tag Team Championships held by the Troublemakers. And if you're paying attention to the Troublemakers, hey, guess what? I think they got some OVW tag titles.
They may. Possession's 9/10 of the law.
That's what I hear.
That's what I hear.
Also, we got
I've
a
stolen
mixed tag
plenty
match.
of championships, so I understand that law too.
Yes, mixed tag match, possession's 9/10 of the law. Well, Lotto, 50% of the No Limits champion, co-holded with Maximo Suave. Maximo Suave unable to make the event, so Lotto and Ava Brooks will be taking on Samson Alexander and Deja Vu. And if you've been paying attention, Lotto's got the both of them.
Oh,
what's going to happen? Mixed tag match.
Does that,
Also,
with Maximo not being able to show, does that make Lotto the 100% champion on, tomorrow? I totally forgot about that whole co-champion thing.
We'll see.
All right, that's fair.
We'll see. We also have a big announcement coming from Upstate ownership. Hellcat, the boss, wants to address everybody. It's the first time here. He's in front of everybody. Of course he's got something to say. When doesn't he have something to say?
I couldn't tell you. We're always hearing him.
Also, we got the Dusty Taker Invitational. I've seen 20 names announced. I know like half of them. So that means new faces, which is good. The Upstate Pro Wrestling Academy is growing. The name are getting out there. Some from out of town, some are homegrown, some you already know. So who will win the Dusty Taker Invitational? It starts as a battle royal. The last 6 will compete immediately in a scramble match, and maybe there'll be a little incentive for the winner. We'll see.
Incentives are always nice. What else we got?
While we're on a roll, we got the heavyweight title match. Undefeated in Upstate, Carter Taylor, protege of Glenn Spector and Kanan Christopher, will be challenging against Troy Cooper, who has now held his title for a week and 1 year and 1 week.
371 days.
It was a bad fraction.
It's 370 days today, 371 tomorrow.
What a lucky guy he is.
Indeed,
I'd have to go back in the archives and see where that ranks among the longest reigns, but that's not bad. I don't count COVID, so the McLeods can pound sand with their leader champs for 3 years.
You hear that,
Hall
McLeods?
of Famers last year is the McLeods. You were tag champs, but not for 3 years.
Not for 3 years, pal.
Get out of here with that.
The Colonel has spoken. My friend Johnny Kayfabe, I appreciate you taking the time to join. If we don't see you, it would be for a very good reason, and congratulations would be in order.
Hey.
Appreciate you taking the time. Chat with me a few minutes here on this March Meltdown Eve. Appreciate you. What else you got?
Do I do the point?
You can.
It's on this side?
No, I don't. Gear Network's producing this, not Gorilla Press today. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. I'll throw some cool things in there, but appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Take care.
There you have it. The Colonel, Mike Champion, Johnny Kayfabe. Thanks for shooting the breeze with me for a bit. And thank you all for taking the time to join us here on the JC Money Show. Fans, don't forget, March Meltdown is happening tomorrow night, 6:05 Eastern at the Total Sports Experience, 880 Elmgrove Road in Gates. If you haven't got your tickets yet, there's like 6 available left. Get them now, upstateprowrestling.com. Thanks for tuning in to this special edition of the JC Money Show. So long, everybody. Good night now. See you tomorrow.